Well, I'll start with the Go related one because the other one was not specifically Go related. And a lot of what we were excited to do with the GitHub CLI, so the next iteration after Hub, was we wanted to really try out how it feels using the GraphQL version of the GitHub API, which shipped in between. So of course, Hub originally has used the REST version, and there was not enough added value into migrating completely to another version of the GraphQL API. So we only did that experiment with GitHub CLI when we eventually start working on it, thinking that would be this massive win over in this new API paradigm, which is supposedly really more powerful. And I found that the exact features of the Go language, static typing and compiling, that is not actually lend itself well to being a good GraphQL client. And so while I'm talking about this, just keep in mind that I'm mostly just talking about an experience of writing in Go a GraphQL client, so something that makes and parses GraphQL requests. I have zero experience of making a GraphQL server in Go, which some of my other colleagues in GitHub have experience with, but I have not first-hand experience. So this is not about making a server, which I feel that there's more solid tooling. But when we look at the offering of the different GraphQL clients that are written in Go right now, and mostly used as a de facto standard when we look at the largest, most prolific projects that are open source right now, if we look at how they make requests, not just to GitHub's GraphQL API, but to any other, I feel that all of those libraries right now are missing the mark on what makes GraphQL really stand out. GraphQL is not a query language that wanted to be used by having a pre-generated query, which is always the same per compiled version of an app, and then having different requests come in separately because they were all statically generated from maybe a schema or something like that. GraphQL wanted to, first of all, allow people to bundle several queries at once, or even several mutations. I don't think it will allow bundling a query and a mutation acting on the results of those queries. I think that's decidedly against its design, but it definitely can execute an arbitrary number of queries at the same time, and also an arbitrary number of mutations. So if I wanted to change labels on 100 GitHub issues in the same request, theoretically I can do that, right? And I was really excitedly searching for Go tools that allow you to kind of batch up a bunch of queries, and then they all execute kind of transparently over GraphQL, and wasn't a thing that I was able to find.